Flag, the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Board members, Noreen is remote, but I haven't heard from Fran. Has anybody heard from Fran? She's okay. All right. Are there any added agenda items?
Yes, I would just like to maybe have an update on where we stand with the van purchases.
We've got that under finance.
Okay,
I mean, it's not enumerated there,
Okay.
but that's where we will.
Thank
be. So no added agenda items. We are on to commendations. And I think we have some Limerick contest winners here. Do we?
Oh, look at that. Fine.
And they're in.
Yeah, Fran, we'll give you a second.
Thank you very much.
Nope, honestly, we just hit the agenda, like it was perfect timing.
Yeah.
So we have Melissa Maltesi from the rec department here to introduce our Limerick winners who are also in attendance. And so with that, I'll let Melissa take it.
Sure. Thank you, everybody, for having me this evening. This is one of our favorite events that we look forward to every year. This year's theme for our Parks and Recreation Townwide Limerick Contest was America's 250th. And so we had a number of wonderful submissions, and we had 3 winners from Broadbrook Elementary School. One who couldn't be here today, Bryn, but she will be honored. And we have 2 winners here with us today. So if we could have those winners come up, and we'll have you read your limerick, and we have a little prize for you as well. We encourage kids to further their talents in English and literature. So the limerick comes with a Barnes and Noble's card. So if I could have Emily Juddle come forward. Am I blocking the camera?
No.
No, you're fine. All right. So there you go. So Emily's going to read her 250th limerick for us.
Starting in the USA, it's our country's big birthday. Let's light fireworks instead of schoolwork. Let's have fun all night and day.
That was great.
And our second winner is Avery Colbeck.
Colors are red, white, and blue. Having parties is what we do. Feeling joy and pride, prides we all I. Fireworks I'll watch together too.
Very nice. We will keep these on display at the community center. We make a booklet of all of the limericks that will be given to Broadbrook Elementary, and then we will have them hopefully displayed at the town's 250th celebration that the Historical Society is doing in June. So more to come on that, and you'll see them going forward. So thank you very much for your time.
Excellent. Thank you, Emily and Avery. Great job. Thank you. Now we move on to the Crystal Apple Awards.
Yes, and before the Crystal Apple, I just want to say to the kids and families, we do have cookies and juice if it's okay with the parents. I probably put you in a tough spot now. But if it is okay, they're free to take, please. We encourage it. That's why it's there. As far as Crystal Apple recipients, so this award is provided in partnership with Dave Mosier and Horace Mann. Unfortunately, Dave could not be here with us today. Just to provide some background on the award, and I'm going to provide it directly from the description. So the nominee is any staff member, certified or non-certified, who has demonstrated understanding of the needs of students as an individual or group of students. They demonstrate through their actions, supportive and caring relationships. They help support a positive and compassionate school climate, where students and adults are physically, emotionally, and intellectually safe. They encourage a love for learning, promote student success, exhibit a collaborative approach, and challenge students to reach high standards and expectations. So we have 3 excellent recipients. And with that, I'm going to ask our Broadbrook administration to introduce our recipient at the elementary school.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to introduce you to Selena Anderson, please.
Oh, I have to get him.
You do. So I'd like to read you Selena's nomination. It is an honor to nominate Selena Anderson for the Crystal Apple Award. As our behavior technician, Selena is an important member of the Broadbrook school community, and her impact on our school culture is felt from the moment students step off the bus. Selena is a consistent, joyful presence at the start of every school day. She greets every student with a genuine smile and a warm welcome, setting a tone of belonging and safety before they even reach their classrooms. The simple act of kindness reacts and creates a ripple effect, fostering a positive environment for both students and staff alike. What truly sets Selena apart is her ability to build meaningful, positive relationships with students across the entire building. While her role is specifically designed to support our most vulnerable learners, Selena's influence extends far beyond those of her direct caseload. She has a unique gift of connecting with students from all grade levels, ensuring they feel seen, heard, and valued. Selena is an indispensable member of our MTSS behavioral systems. She doesn't just provide behavioral support, she provides a lifeline of structure and stability. Whether she is implementing a student's behavior support plan or providing the essential needs, a quiet space, a consistent routine, or emotional regulation support, her focus is always squarely on the students. She understands that behavior is communication, and she works tirelessly to ensure every child has the tools they need to succeed. Selena Anderson contributes to the positive culture at Broadbrook School. Her dedication to providing structure and meeting the essential needs of our students makes her an integral part of our team. She embodies the spirit of the Crystal Apple Award through her unwavering support, her professional expertise, and her heart for children.
Oh, thank you.
Always good morning. This is 2 pieces.
Okay.
Be here.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations again, Selena.
Thank you.
Next, we have the middle school. So is Mrs. Deitch is introducing.
Mr. Richard, if you want to come on up. So Mr. Richard is our 7th grade science teacher and was nominated for the Crystal Apple Award and very much deserves it. So I don't know if you know this, but he has been an unwavering pillar for 25 years in the school community. 28. Okay, I should have said 28. Okay, so it's 3 years. But for those 28 years, he really has had the kindness and willingness to always go above and beyond and really support the school in any way possible, making him really the ideal candidate for this. He really truly shows how he's a team player, whether it's supporting students or assisting activities outside of school, activities inside of school, administration, colleagues. He's always there to support. If there's anything going on, he's a member of the PTO and has bridged that gap between teachers and parents and supporting the activities in that way as well. He can be counted on a variety of activities. We see him at basketball games, now on track, teacher in charge. He's at summer school. He's been tutor. He kind of does it all, really to support students, right? But not only support students, you can always see him assisting with teachers. Bringing some good snacks. So I will say that the 7th grade teachers made it very clear that he feeds them and caffeinates them when needed. We've had some treats in the main office. They're always delicious, but just always creating that positive culture, right? And making sure that everybody feels comfortable and welcomed and really included in our school community, which is really important, particularly at the middle school age. And the students feel it, the staff feel it, and it's just a really important part of our school. And so we really can't thank you enough for that. it's just so important. It's everybody can count on you, right? And I think I've told you this in meetings, like I know that I can always count on you, and it's vice versa. So I think, just as a school, he's somebody that you can go to if you have a question. So thank you for everything that you do, and we appreciate you. Pieces.
Congratulations, Peter. Next, high school, I believe it's Mrs. Kaminsky.
And Dr. Asif will join me as well. Hi, everyone. It's a great crowd today. I would like to call up Mrs. Heather Sodell. I'll say a few words and then Dr. Asif would like to say a few words as well. Heather Sodell was nominated by our fellow teacher, Mrs. Cotula. And Mrs. Cotula wrote that Heather's work with our most vulnerable, most challenging students is admirable. She has shifted our Discovery program from a program to a successful, thriving program. When I consider the current Discovery population, where they started and where they are now, her positive impact is undeniable. I appreciate her dedication to our school community and how great she is with all of our students. She is a huge asset to our community, and I appreciate and respect her as a colleague. In addition to really taking our Discovery program, growing it, she has also become one of our instructional leadership team members as part of, helps run the special ed PLC. And she also is part of our Safe School Climate Committee and has been vital in helping us plan the rollout for our ruler curriculum that we are adopting next year. So she's really a jack of all trades. Aside from that, I could tell you she really does support her students. She was at our charity basketball game, our annual one. She found out about it. She's like, that sounds really cool. Some of our students were there, and a lot of students know her. So you will hear, "Hey, Miss Sodell. Hi, Miss Sodell. Hi, Miss Sodell. Hi, Miss Sodell." She's very popular. So she's really, truly deserving of this award. And now I'll let Dr. Asif speak a little more.
So Heather came to us a couple of years ago with a great passion for working with students who are socially, emotionally, behaviorally challenged. And it really takes a unique person to work with that population. And she really has the ability to motivate the most reluctant learners. She believes in our kids no matter what, builds those relationships with parents, holds them to high expectations, and holds them accountable. I couldn't be happier with Heather. You're no one more deserving of this. Thank you. Thank you.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
Two pieces.
Congratulations again, Hannah.
Thank you.
So just two more bits of information. We would love for both our students who are Limerick winners and our Crystal Apple Award recipients to get their photos taken with the photographer. Certainly, we want to recognize your accomplishments, and too, I'm going to refer to the goodies again.
You're welcome to stay, but you don't have to. I just heard somebody say thank you, so you're welcome to stay, but take some snacks and some drinks and enjoy.
Thank you very much for being here. Congratulations, everybody.
Emily's been very appreciative. If you want to do it, just we can.
Usually.
Would you touch him? Next on the agenda is the approval of April 8th minutes.
Motion to approve the April 8th regular meeting minutes. I second that motion. Are there any corrections?
Additions, omissions. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Sorry, Denise, who the motions I couldn't hear.
Courtney made it and Betsy.
Courtney and Betsy.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
That. Next on our agenda is public participation. Is there anybody here that would like to speak under public participation? He told all the public they could leave.
Keep them, Denise.
Yeah, I guess we could have for a little bit. Our student rep isn't here and I don't know if he's gonna come, so let's just skip that for now and go back. Move on to item 9. All of our upcoming meetings, and especially for the new members, don't be scared by all of this list of things. You don't have to be at all of them. It's just so that you know what things there are at the schools and important events, referendum, budget referendum, awards and all kinds of stuff.
I can add one.
Sure.
I understand that on May 19th is the middle school spring concert for, I think, possibly 5th and 6th grade.
5th and 6th.
Yes.
Anybody else?
It's 4th, 5th, and 6th.
4th, 5th, and
I believe. Sorry.
Hey, if there's nothing, no comments, then we will move on to the middle school report. Somebody surprised?
No, it's all right. I know. If you notice, Mr. Richards also growing a beard like me, so that's why my influence on him was. You look like twins now. So we actually have a group of students and Mr. Brunt and Miss Sharp to come up to talk to you about Ed Rising. So Ed Rising really helps. Come on, guys, come on up. So if you don't know anything about Ed Rising, so if you didn't know, there's a teacher shortage out there, right? So the goal is to get kids interested in becoming educators down the road. So when I get older, I can retire and these young, amazing students can take over and be teachers. But they do a great job. So most teachers live actually 20 minutes or 20 miles from where they taught or grew up. So hopefully you guys will enjoy teaching and become a teacher down the road. And one thing they also do is help with our advisory lessons too. So we'll pass it over to you, Mr. Brunt.
Sure, I can jump in there. So we just put together a quick slideshow just to touch base with everybody and give you an idea kind of what we do and what we've done so far this year and what our goals are. Educators Rising is a national organization that has really tried over the last few years to kind of get into middle schools as well besides high school. So myself and Ms. Sharp run it, and we have approximately, I think it's 16 members in the organization. And this is geared towards students that might have an interest in teaching possibly down the road or working in a school in some capacity. It could even be as a counselor or anything that might be school related. And it also only in an educational field, but it also helps teach them leadership skills. And we have some projects we do, which we've done just a quick slideshow to give you an idea of what we've done so far. And these are some of our members, or I think just about all our members here. We were able to get a picture of them. And before we go, I would like to thank 3 of our members, Olivia, Zoe, and Zayden, that took time out of their day to come here tonight and represent our group.
Thank you.
And
their family members that brought
and their
them here.
family members. Yes, I don't want to forget them. The family members as well that took the time to bring them tonight. And I'm just so thrilled they could represent our group. And we're going to talk a little bit briefly about what we've done so far this year, what we want to accomplish. So if we could just go to the next slide. And what I think I'll do is I'll just have my friends, since they're here, they can read the slide and we can just talk briefly about what we've done so far. So Olivia, do you want to just start with this one and just nice and loud so everybody can hear you?
Educators Rising is a team of students in grades 6 to 8 who build leadership experience while learning about and participating in roles that involve working with children. Students in Ed Rising work on projects that focus on leadership, supporting the school community, improving school culture, and experiencing what it's like to be an educator.
And this particular picture here, maybe if we can go to the next slide, and I might zip back to that for a second, but this is one. So Zoe, I'll probably have you read this one, and then I could just jump back to that other picture there.
What we've done so far. Our group has worked on supporting the school's advisory social emotional learning (SEL) lessons by helping create activities and corresponding slides that EWMS teachers have used in their advisory classes. These activities focus on things like teamwork, respect, problem solving, and understanding others.
Okay, so these guys have actually come in with Ms. Sharp and I, and we discussed with them our advisory class and what they would like to see added to it or how we can improve it. And it was really eye-opening for me, especially in Ms. Sharp as educators, to see what they thought worked well and what they thought we could improve on. And they actually came up, and since the year has started, we have school-wide taught 2 lessons that the kids have come up with, design the corresponding slides, design the activities. And this is actually a photo of one of the lessons where we talked about connections in a school. And Zoe, did you want to maybe give a little of the feedback that what you guys thought you might want to see change just briefly, or just how we came up with those lessons a little bit, like what you guys thought you might want to add to the lessons to even make them a little better than what we've been doing?
Well, so I know that a lot of students had complained at some point of like the lessons that we were doing, like they were too vague or didn't touch on certain problems that were big in our school. And so we came up with these lessons. I think this one was connections.
Yeah.
Just to kind of bring people closer and help the environment in our classrooms.
And this particular lesson was, they did some research, they came up with the slides, they came up with the idea. This was everyone in the class had to name a connection they have in the building. It could be another student, it could be a teacher, it could be a nurse, it could be a social worker. And as they named a student, they tossed the string. And this was actually one of our members here, Caroline, and we encouraged our kids to help lead the lesson in the classroom, and jump in and just get their feet wet on what it's like to teach a lesson. And Caroline happened to be there for this lesson. And in the lesson that they came up with and researched, it's kind of hard to see, but the string forms a web that everybody has. And the theme is that we are all connected in the building, you know, in many different ways, not just with our friends or our personal teachers or anything like that. And just showing that we are one big community. And this was a great picture here of Caroline leading it with her particular class. So they've done a fabulous job with that. And the feedback we've gotten from the teachers has been great. And in fact, they've said, you know, can you have your guys do some more lessons because they're so good. It does take some time, and we meet, 2 to 3 times a month. So it does take some time to really put them together, but the feedback's been great. So I'm really proud of these guys, what they did with that. So we can hit a couple extra slides there, the next one. And this was actually another thing we did with some of our members. We had our school committees, myself and Ms. Sharp are members of the Safe School Climate Committee. And we actually had 3 of our members come to one of our meetings, and I'll have maybe Zayden, you can read that one if you'd like, and we can touch base on that quick.
3 of our Educators Rising members, Zoe, Cece, and Violet, participated in a Safe School Climate Committee meeting where they shared their perspectives on the school climate survey results. Their insight was incredibly valuable to both the committee and the staff. The committee looks forward to continuing to hear from our members at future meetings.
Thank you. Awesome. So this was actually a meeting we had, and the 3 members there joined us at the meeting. We went through our school survey, and the members of the climate committee were able to ask questions from the survey to the students. Anything that ways that we thought things were going well in the school and areas we could improve. And I just want to say they gave such great feedback. They were poised. They spoke from the heart. They did such a great job. And I know that everybody in the committee after they had left just said they were so impressed that these kids came in and actually sat in a meeting after school. They stayed till 4 o'clock and just gave their feedback. We went through certain questions that we wanted to get maybe some more clarification on, and they gave their perspective as to why that survey might have been answered that way. So to get that perspective from the students themselves in a meeting was, I think, very valuable for us as a school, and showing us areas that, we're doing well in and areas that we want to, continue to work on. So I was so proud of them that they did such a great job as well with that. So that was, I think, really valuable to get that feedback from the students themselves. So we'll just.
And the goal is for them to come back, right?
Yes, we want them back again.
Yep.
So we're definitely planning. It was so good that we want to come back. And again, I'm not just.
I'm asked to come back for sure.
What was that?
Just use Zoe, or if it was a different one.
What was that?
Well, I will, I'm always glad to come back.
Yeah, thank
to-
you. So
Yeah.
one student did ask to come back.
Yeah.
Like sometimes.
And I will say 2 of them were 6th graders, and I gave them a lot of credit. That's a young age to be in a group of teachers asking you questions. Well, why do you think students answered this? And they did a fabulous job. So, they're all welcome to come. These guys just happened to be able to make it that day. But I said, it was amazing. And I've had all them as students. They were not just great students, but they did such a great job. The feedback was very valuable for us as a school. So, we'll just hit the next one. And this is kind of what we've been working on lately. We've had a project where we're creating some books for Ed Rising members to read to our incoming 5th graders. These books are going to explain what middle school is like and answer questions they might have about things such as classes, schedules, and expectations. Our goal is to help the incoming students feel more prepared and less nervous about the transition from elementary to middle school. So our big project lately is we've been working on getting a book printed based on just to read to our 4th graders to say, hey, when you come to middle school, this is what to expect. This is what's different. And then maybe any of you want to speak to what we've been doing with that and touch base at all, or what the experience has been with that. So sure, jump in.
Yeah, I've helped draw and write some of the book, and we've just been kind of explaining how like switching classes is gonna work, how some things are the same, but then it gets different, and how you're not gonna be with the same teacher. You get to walk around, you have more like responsibility, like you get to walk to your classes instead of having a teacher walk you there.
Mhm.
And yeah.
And then Zayden has also been a big help with that. He's actually had a book published on his own, so he's been a little bit.
Two books, right?
I don't want to undersell him there. Yeah, 2. So when we thought of that, I kind of went to him and said, hey, do you think this is doable? And he said, yeah, it really is. So we've been working on that. That's been our latest project. That our plan is to get that done very shortly and get it before the year is over. Whether we actually bring the book down to Broadbrook and read to them, that's the hope, I believe, as far as that. So
Also be like tour guides when they come to visit.
yeah, and do that. So that's been what we're currently working on. And these are just some of our members working on it after school. We snapped some pictures of it, and it has been a lot of work. It's been, taking some more time than we kind of thought, but that's the experience of teaching. And I think they've seen, as we've done these, the lessons, the book, that, things sometimes take longer. Things sometimes that you think are going to be perfect, all of a sudden don't seem to work the way you want, just like in the real world. And so that's been our latest project that we hope to finish up and get over to Broadbrook before the year's over. And then I think we might have one more. Oh, and then lastly, I won't take too much of your time here. This was actually a great little blurb. As I said, Ed Rising is a national organization, and the Connecticut organization actually featured us in one of their newsletters. We were highlighted in the Connecticut Educators Rising newsletter. On our transition to middle school book project was suggested to other groups in Connecticut as an idea to steal. So that was nice that they, Kim Salato, who runs the Connecticut organization, kind of wanted an update where we were. And I told her, and she was very impressed and said, can I put that in the newsletter? And I said, sure. So that was just nice to get some acknowledgement of the work that these guys have put in throughout the year to get that as well in the state newsletter. And Cheryl as well has been a big help this year, getting us off the ground and kind of guiding us along the way too. So I want to acknowledge her while she's there. But again, I was very proud. We're just the guides. It's the kids that do all the work in this. So they've done a great job.
And I think one big thing is that we want students' voice, right? The middle school, that's one of the things we've always wanted is have students' voice. And now we're getting clubs like Ed Rising to come help out with our advisory lessons because the students, kind of, we have our safe school climate, which is adults and, they do their best, they work with kids, but kids know kids better than us, right? So them helping out with advisory and writing a book, how a fourth grader would transition to fifth grade, right? I mean, last time I was in fourth grade, it was a long time ago.
Too.
So they have more experience than I do, and they can share more things that like maybe a kid would need to know more than I would share. So we really like having groups like this and having the student voice.
Yeah, and I can't say enough. They've done such a great job. Anything we throw at them, they put their best foot forward and do their work and never complain. And just, I'm very proud of them. So they've done a great job.
Yeah.
And I think that's just about it there. We know you guys have a meeting too. Maybe is there one more slide, I believe? Yes, that's it, I believe. Oh, yep. And just, this is just names of our group members. And we want to thank you guys for allowing us to be here tonight and kind of share what we've been working on at middle school. And thank you for your time. We appreciate it. So
Oh, we thank you for being here. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thanks.
You guys have any questions for our group?
I don't have a question. Is there any conference is there an overall conference?
So there,
that people can go to?
There is, and I know this is continuing into the high school. They do have a conference. This year, we've been working on trying to get it off the ground a little bit. It is a national organization, so there are a lot of avenues that we can tap into in that. And my goal, I know myself and Ms. Sharp's goal is as we continue this to really tap into that a little bit. And I know Cheryl's a great resource for that as well. This year's been really about getting it off the ground and getting the ball rolling, but there are a lot of things that we can take advantage of down the road with that. And I will say Kim, who runs the Connecticut organization, is a great resource as well. She's always there if I have to call her or check in on things. So
Especially at the high school level, that
Yeah.
at the middle schoolers to continue on. up to
Yeah,
high school.
yeah, and it is in both middle school and high school. So there's a lot of resources with the organization that we can tap into. And now that we've got our feet wet a little bit, the hope is to, tap into that a little more too.
But by the very fact that they've recognized you in a newsletter, congratulations for that.
Oh,
And
thank you.
that would even be something
Yeah.
that you could present at a youth conference.
Mm,
So young people.
Especially your book. Yeah.
yeah. So
This is the first year at the middle school.
We started it like last year.
started it last year.
It's not, yeah. it
Yeah.
was Near the end of the year.
Toward more the end, and it was just getting it off the ground and kind of getting ready for this year. And then this is really the first full year, yes, that we,
Great start.
yeah. So I want to give the credit to the kids. They've done the students, they've done a great job.
Kids, I'm amazed. You're sixth graders?
So Zoe's, Olivia and Zoe are eighth.
Eighth, and then Zayden
Zayden's the seventh grader.
Seven?
Yeah.
I could never have spoken in front of a group like this at your age. And you don't only do it okay, you do it great. You have self-confidence. You're very poised in what you're doing. Keep up the great work. Awesome.
And this is her third time presenting in the board. I believe, right? She's looking for the spot next year, I think, the student rep, right?
I was actually curious just because I love student feedback. When you were giving feedback at the Safe School Climate Survey, like what was the feedback on what you thought the school was doing best, and then like what your major feedback on, like what could be improved? So a lot of like the feedback from the surveys was about the environments in the classroom and how we felt in our classrooms and the school, like if we felt safe, if we felt included. And so the feedback that we kind of gave to the, like whatever group of teachers that we were with in the meeting was kind of how we felt on that and how we thought that other students felt and why questions were answered the way they were, and just like reasons why they may have felt that way, reasons why problems could have been caused, things like that.
Thank you.
All right.
Denise,
Thank
I
you
have
very
a
much.
Thanks for being here.
Kim, Denise, Can you
Yes.
hear me? I have a
Yes.
question for the
Oh,
eighth grade.
we have a board member that's remote. She has a
I'm
question.
sorry, I'm on the TV, but you
Oh,
can't
we'll
see
sneak
me.
over here one more time.
Now, I just have a question for the eighth graders.
Okay.
Do you intend to continue in the high school program? Is it something you want to do throughout the 4 years of high school?
I definitely will. I think this is a great learning experience for myself and definitely all of the other people that are in education rising. Yeah, I definitely plan on continuing this in high school. I can agree with Zoe. I'm not going to East Windsor High School, but I will definitely be doing something like this in the high school that I go to if I have the opportunity to do it, because like Zoe said, it's a great learning experience and I like creating advisory lessons and like being able to present at things like this, even though this is my first time.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Awesome job.
Like I said to the other, students and parents, you don't have to stay, you can. But take a snack if you decide to leave, and a drink if you like. Thank you. Have you heard from this? Okay, so we're moving on to the superintendent's report.
Yes, I just have really two quick updates. And the first one's really just a reminder and is listed on the upcoming meetings and events. Just a couple items above, but our high school students have been hard at work for this year's musical, The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson musical. So I've been told it promises to be a fantastic production. And the performances do take place this Friday and Saturday, 7 p.m. At the high school auditorium. So certainly you have the time, it's worthwhile to attend. And we've had over 200 in attendance the last 2 years.
Wow.
So they do not disappoint. So that was one. And then the second, as I believe many are aware through email correspondence or social media, I'm proud to share the news on the academic front. For the third consecutive year, we've been able to secure the highly competitive grant to support the summer enrichment program in students K through 4 at Broadbrook Elementary School. We received the total amount that we've requested, which was just over $237,000. So certainly it's a significant accomplishment, reflection of the strong work. I know he's out, he left early sick today, but certainly Darryl Willard certainly deserves some credit with his leadership in writing the grant. And we're excited about the outcomes it'll provide students through early literacy, STEM, along with the recreational opportunities in a partnership with Parks and Rec too. So really good news. So that's it.
Excellent. Thanks, Jones.
So just want to add to the support and congratulations.
Yes.
You know, it's a competitive grant in the beginning. You don't continue to receive these grants unless you do really good work. So kudos to staff, both in the, you know, on the town side and definitely the school side. Thank you.
And with that, that actually reminds me, I should also highlight our eligibility, it being a competitive grant is based on our partnership with the Hartford Choice Program. So I think that's very, very important to remember because without that partnership, the opportunity would not be possible. So yeah, definitely. Excited.
Are there any plans with that funding this year to expand the program? Duration wise, increase in students or faculty?
No, it's basically what's been provided. We are at our capacity. So those numbers are based on both what we can provide staffing along with the rec department. So it's two sides of it. So to go beyond that, it's my understanding we don't have the capacity.
Keeping the same model.
Yep.
Okay, Ryan, we're to the financial report. Did you want to,
Yeah, so I know in the packet, we did include the projections. I know we went over them pretty extensively with the finance subcommittee. I know a number of people were here, but For those who weren't, I did put a little bit of a cover page together, just kind of highlighting a few things. So as far as the projections, I tried to keep it pretty similar to how I've been doing it the last year or so now. If you're looking at the projection sheet, I guess to get down to it, the far right column, the FY26 estimated balance column there, that at the bottom, the 459,952.78. That's basically when I roll up like all the cost centers, and again, keep in mind it was a snapshot in time. Things are subject to change. They do change on like a weekly basis, but at the time, that's where we were looking. If you look below that, you'll see how I kind of come to the final number. So I take that 459,952, which again is a combination of like salaries, benefits, property services, things like that. Then you subtract out that 52,193 is actually right below it where it says supplemental spending makeup. So basically how I get that number is adding back in the 77,000 from the 2% fund, just because we budgeted it for this year. So to see our true return, you have to factor that back in. And then I did have some potential McKinney-Vento savings factored into that. So if you take the net of those two, that's how I got that 52,000 in supplemental spending, which kind of brings us down to that 407,759.62 for the remainder. Keep in mind, again, that is, snapshot in time, subject to change, but we'll keep you guys updated as best we can. The majority of that was made up from some savings in salaries, which was due to a few vacancies, some favorable hiring where people came in lower than the outgoing person, and then just some other offsets we were able to do in salaries. McKinney-Vento, even though we were projecting a positive number there, I haven't seen anything major recently, but again, keep in mind that can, change on a weekly basis. And then as far as the rest of the year goes, we're really just kind of, what do we have? 5 payrolls left. So we're kind of closing that out, trying to figure out where our hourly people will land because we don't encumber for those. And then the business office has just been kind of hard chasing like invoices, making sure we're up to date on everything as we kind of near the end here. And then it's really like grant drawdowns and everything, making sure we're all drawn down on everything. But I don't know if anyone has specific questions as far as those projections go. Now keep in mind that wouldn't be that money that we're projecting there would go back to the 2% fund. That's not going back to the town. And then we are factoring in using half of that for the FY27 budget, the most recent version of it. So, just to be clear, that's not, 400,000 that we're just giving back to the town.
Brian, is that a bigger number than we had last time as far as projection?
No,
Same number.
same one.
Okay.
Yep. So I based them on, the end of March there.
Okay.
So, again, I think we discussed in the finance subcommittee beginning of June, I think it was beginning of June, I'll have kind of like the final ones because we'll have the balloon check kind of figured out. And we should, like natural gas and a couple other utilities. They've been pretty variable, so we'll be able to nail those down and give you guys a better.
Thank you.
Maureen, did you have any comments on any of that?
No, I think Ryan hit it all. Just everybody just remember it's very fluid. We don't know what may come next week. But Ryan will be on top of it, and it was June, Ryan. Our meeting in June, we're gonna revisit the projections.
That still
And
gives us
the
another
decision-
quarter.
Okay. And the decision was, no matter what the final number is, we keep 50% and we put 50% of the final number in the 2% fund. Did we decide how much would go back into the actual number?
Whatever monthly we can put in.
Is it half of?
No, not half, the whole
No.
thing.
The whole would go back in, but the idea was to use half of whatever. So say we put 400,000 in, to use half, so 200,000
Okay.
for the
Okay,
offset,
that's what I-
27 budget and still leave
It
enough.
it would still start there to begin the next fiscal year, and the way you withdraw as you would need, which wouldn't
Okay.
come till you got to the end of the fiscal year, because you would use
Yeah.
all your grant
Okay.
funding, your other revenue sources, your local tax dollars. And then very last would be the 2%.
Got it.
And so you'd only withdraw what you would need to close the book, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll get it close. If you remember last year, we had to adjust it a few times at the
Yeah.
end of the year, just late bills and things that come in, but we should be able to get it close.
Any special ed expenses on the horizon?
Not for this year, based on the meeting, Ryan and I had a meeting today. So what's encumbered? Did that alter the numbers that?
I mean, minimally,
Yeah. I think the greater impact is the potential for next year. But not the close of this year.
So we put it in the 2% this year, and then we'll need it next year for the
Yeah.
overage of special ed.
Yeah, got it.
Sorry, Noreen.
Just a clarification on the 2% fund. The amount of the 2% fund is based on our current budget. At the end of this year, we can keep whatever our original budget from the town side was. We can keep 2% of that into our fund. So that number floats every year. If we get an increase, it goes up a little bit, and never happens or shouldn't happen because we are doing very good on our budgeting and following through on our plans. If by chance there was more than that available, we would have to return funds to the town.
Okay.
So, you know, if by chance we had $500,000 left over and we could only keep 478, we have to give the other money back. But that's no longer an issue because we've gotten all of our financials set to where they should be, and the budgeting process has been much more deliberate. But that's how it works. So it's 2% based on the year before's budget, or that's how it works.
So are there any other questions on the budget?
I just appreciate the FRC and Eunice, the report. Thank you for that. As far as being here to actually look at it. FRC report, yeah.
Yep.
Yep, thank you.
A teeny update on the buses is, Noreen, do you want to speak to it? Because you're the one that really talked to the Board of Finance. You kind of were the spokesperson at the last meeting.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could. Well, a couple of things. I was going to do it in subcommittees, because we had talked about it last month at our last meeting. The
still
situation
will.
where
Yeah.
the $100,000 error happened in the budget, that they took us down by $100,000. They corrected that. So we are where we're supposed to be within the referendum budgeting. And we did meet with the Board of Finance again relative to the van situation. We had a conversation with them, and they did not make any final determinations. So we'll be addressing it again at our subcommittee meeting in the beginning of May, and we'll talk about it at our next meeting. Is that what we were?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I spoke with Ryan and I spoke with Patrick and Noreen today to see if there's any alternatives to asking. We're getting way too close to keep, these contract people are not gonna take us seriously if we keep going back with, you gotta wait 2 more weeks, you gotta wait another month, you gotta wait. And the Board of Finance said they put it on their next agenda, but that's a month from the last time we would have got on their agenda. So that's, the 20th of May. That's a ways down the road. So, we're just gonna look at alternatives possibly, for maybe using the, lawsuit money.
Yeah.
And maybe, I asked Ryan to check to see if we could maybe consider purchasing 1 bus and then leasing the second one. But that's a lot of, You know, he's got to talk to the leasing people. We've got to talk to the people that are selling us the bus. We got to talk to the Board of Finance about getting the money. So it's a lot of up in the air, but it's something to look at. I asked Noreen if, we could do that at the next Finance Committee meeting. And then the same night as the Finance Committee meeting is the Board of Ed's meeting. So if we come up with some viable solution there, we could, put it on the Board of Ed's meeting, make a decision, because the Finance Committee doesn't make a decision. We only make a recommendation. And then bring it to the Finance Board the following week. And it would.
So it could be done by the end of May, possibly.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be one way or the other.
Okay.
So we can't go to the Board of Finance on the 20th and have them say, okay, so here's the thing that we think you could do, but we don't have that on the agenda tonight, so you'll have to come next month
Right, it has to
to
be-
actually do it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can't keep doing
But it
it.
has to go to selectmen first, right? And then the finance committee. That's fine, I
Now,
understand.
it depends on what we're doing. That's what we've been asking the Board
That
of
would be,
Finance
I understood that
Yeah.
if we wanted,
to do bonding.
correct. Yeah.
But if we're taking money that the town has already said
Yeah.
is substantially the board's money anyway, it may be just having the Board of Finance
Say yes.
approve a transfer kind of thing, I think. But again, we've got to do all that.
So my other question is, do we have the money to at least purchase one with
We don't know. That's what we're gonna try to figure out.
if we used our,
Yeah.
the monies?
We've got to find out how much it'll be, because now we're only buying one instead of two.
Financing.
If we did that, and would that work? That's what the next
Okay,
step is.
okay, thanks.
Figure out. The next item is the personnel report. Ashley, do you have any comments on it?
I do not, I'm just going to reference them.
Does anybody have any?
That's
questions?
page 48 of the packet.
I have a question. Just Gretchen Slack is retiring? How long
Yes.
has Gretchen been here, Patrick? She
Um,
was here when my kids were little.
So she's been here since I've been in the district in 2003, but I could get the number of years.
Well, I honestly thought she had retired a while ago.
And she's still working, just to be, she's just announced that her retirement is effective at the end of the school year. But no, she's been fantastic.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, and we're losing another good one, and Karen Kasheta is and she's the union president for the pairs too. She actually was in attendance
Yeah.
for our outstanding student earlier today too.
Right.
But she's actually going to stay on as a like a part-time sub for us. So she'll but she's retiring effective at the end of the year as well too.
Other questions? And we will move on to what everybody is so looking forward to, I'm sure, the subcommittees. I see Casey laughing. You maybe hopefully some of you got my email from yesterday. I apologize. I know there was in the subject line, there was a typo because I was doing it from my phone without my reading glasses at a conference. And I sent it. I had read the whole thing. I knew it was okay, but then I looked at the subject line was, oh. But what I had said to those that maybe didn't open the email is to try to come up with some ideas as to what you want. I'll just go through the different committees and ask for who's interested. So I'm going to start with the Board of Policy Review Committee. Who's interested in that? Maureen,
Are you asking like of the new people or everyone?
everybody? APR. Can you make the 6 o'clock meetings? Are they 6 o'clock?
So they're quarterly now. They're either 5:30 or 6. Typically, we try to be 6 unless it's like a day like today where we had an outstanding student, but typically they're 6.
So 6 too early for you?
I can do 6 if anything, depending on traffic. I might be a few minutes late. I just can't do 5:30.
Okay. So Fran and Betsy.
And is there someone else to? Yeah.
Oh, I did raise my hand,
I
but
said-
if you
No,
are full,
No, I put you're at the top of the list. Oh, Colleen, Betsy, Fran, Gabby.
I think Jessica's in the document.
I'm editing it.
Four,
Yeah,
it's 4.
Jessica's editing it too on,
Yeah. So, Courtney, you're okay with giving off? Okay. And
I was just on alternate.
yeah, just to folder. I know, not just. All right, so look at that. We got the first one done. Finance Committee. Noreen, you said you're gonna stay on, right?
I said that? Yeah.
Yes, you did.
You don't have a choice, Noreen.
And I will stay on as well. And Fran? And we need a 4th if we can. We don't have to, but. Nobody?
It's a lot of fun, you guys.
It's cookies and bonbons. You know, it's very interesting. It's very interesting, but you have to have the right mind for that, I suppose. We can do with 3, and if somebody decides after the fact, Noreen, we're okay with 3, right?
Yeah, because yeah. Yep.
Okay, so it'll be Noreen, Denise, and Fran. If that helps, what?
I put it on the.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Oh, sorry.
That we're.
That's far away. That's all right.
I said I didn't know if it.
I need to see these up close here.
I tried. So apparently it doesn't. I can take it.
Okay, on to the school facility strategy
I'll take it
committee.
down.
I'll stay on that.
I stay on that one.
Courtney? Okay,
There he is, remember.
we need at least one more. You sure?
If you want to do it, because you've already done, if you do, or like, no, I don't want to do it, I can do it. Because you're already on 2. If you would like to stay on, I'm more than happy to let you.
We're not gonna do the death match here, but if you want to take it, I'll let you.
I am not fighting anybody over extra committees. I am very straightforward and honest here. So if it's something that you are very passionate about, I am not taking it from you. If you've already volunteered for 2 things, I'm happy to take one for the team.
So this one will be active.
Oh, then I'm not gonna do it, honestly, because the fall, honestly, the
No.
fall and winter are so hard for me to even make these meetings. I don't want to commit to something that I can't commit to.
And I'm not saying like specifically for you.
No, I don't want to look like a jerk because it's hard for me. This time of year is better. The fall and winter are really hard for me.
Oh, so let me just say, what I see, and Patrick, please help me with this. We have the ad hoc committee right now doing the study for the buildings. But once that's done, the facilities committee will be active in the building of the buildings, right?
I would imagine so. So it will.
If it passes.
Yep.
Which is a big if.
But if it doesn't pass, it's still might be
Yeah,
active for other reasons.
Like, yeah, like how often, because this, right now it says it meets quarterly. I would assume that
No.
that's not an accurate.
I don't think so.
And I'm gonna say no, thank you. I can be an alternate, like I can do that, but I can't, I don't want to commit to something.
lady, I picked your kid up off the road yesterday.
I know. I wasn't home, by the way. I wasn't like a bad mom, like leaving my kids stranded.
I don't know, Carrie, I think you owe her.
I do owe her. Picked me up off the side of the road with my bike. I was like, oh God.
So we have 3, Denise, Courtney, and Fran.
Denise, when does the facilities meet?
It kind of, the facilities committee kind of has been as needed, because we've met a couple of times when we had like the chimney project and the roof. There was a. roof
SIP, we
repair
met, so
thing.
we do meet early fall to
For the-
review.
for the cap-
Usually we did it for, I want to say we did it twice. Once as kind of like a pre-meeting prior to putting it together. And then once kind of
To
like it's a
review what-
final like review before submission.
So we do that. We like.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Take a snack.
I had one already.
I'm working on it. I'm taking on it. It's okay. So yeah, we have our meetings, and then if there's something, we have one when they had to do the over the embankment thing too.
I think you're right.
So,
We did,
so if there's like
the
a,
edge line.
yeah, emergency repair kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just for oversight of.
Sometimes that meets in conjunction with, the finance subcommittee too, because a lot of times it's tied to finances. as
Yeah,
well,
that's
too.
at the same time. Yeah.
I remembered I was on it at one point and we were trying to meet on the same night as finance subcommittee.
Finance.
We either moved finance a half hour early and then did that, because they kind of do tie together. I mean,
So you're saying you want to do that?
I can do it if we try to do it on the same night as the Board of as the subcommittee finance meeting.
We could try. I suppose it depends on how complex the issue is, you know.
If if you and Fran are on it, you would be there for the finance meeting anyways, and if
Yeah,
Courtney could
that's
just come at.
So you're adding yourself to facilities?
She is.
Are we adding you to facilities? We
Well,
are,
if
we're
there's,
adding you to
like-
facilities, okay.
Is it all
Actually,
right, Patrick and
check-
Ryan? Like if we start finance at 5:30 to 6:30 and then Courtney comes at
Can you move that?
6:30 to 7, do facilities? Do you think that'll work?
Here, anyways. Yeah, that's not an issue. I actually have Jessica looking in just for context, how many times we've actually met
Yeah.
this year based on the
A
minute.
lot, because
No,
ad hoc.
I've been doing ad hoc.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like
Ad hoc is really taken.
Yeah.
So it really is like Patrick said, capital improvement. When we do that, we consider those projects that are going forward.
That's the biggest one that comes to mind, but the fall line,
September.
we did do the repair for the, like the edge line, by the high school fields. We met for that too.
Because this is a newer subcommittee too, the facilities. I think it started 2 years, well, almost 2 years ago.
I think we met about the track a couple times.
Yeah.
The Broadbrook chimney, when that got repaired,
Yeah.
we had a couple big SIP projects with the, Broadbrook, ceiling,
And I remember our
the
roof
art room,
thing.
you know.
So it really isn't
Yeah.
strictly quarterly. It's kind of,
What time?
we have
As
those
things fall apart.
capital ones and then. as
So
needed.
fall line must have been last year. So, we've only met once this year.
Yeah.
SIP. And again, I think it's because a lot of the members are similar, so we bring it forward to finance. And the ad hoc has taken on a lot of the school construction projects.
Okay, so
And timing,
Okay.
we'll figure out the timing.
So Noreen, Fran, Courtney, and Denise. Okay. Curriculum Council. Is that? All right. Casey, Betsy,
Gabby and then.
Debbie. And I was trying to recuse myself. Curriculum.
Courtney, I'll share with,
I think we have enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
oh, we have enough, okay.
I think.
Yeah, because it's
Because
Karen,
Carrie-
Casey,
Carrie's
Betsy, and
getting
Gabby.
We got that right. Casey, Betsy, Gabby, Carrie. Okay. And we're on to the Athletic Council. Here's our.
I'd like to stay on that. I'd like to stay on that.
So Courtney and Carrie have both said they want to stay on it. The other person is Noreen. Uh-oh.
You know, I can do that because we do them on Friday mornings. That's fine. I'll
And it's
stay.
quarterly. Yeah, I'll stay. All right, so that's the three.
So it's staying the same.
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody else wants to be our fourth? Nobody? Nobody?
Oh, Casey. You've got Casey as well. And that kind of meets as neat. It says quarterly, but it's kind of, depends on the season, right?
Yeah, I would say it's 3 times a year,
Yeah.
sometimes a fourth. I don't know, did we meet in the summer?
No,
I don't think we did. Maybe we were going to, and then I don't think we had.
Okay, so I would say it's probably 3 times a year, because it's usually kind of like a preview of where we are
Yeah.
and then an update from the previous season.
I think,
It's like a fall, winter,
Yeah.
spring type of thing, so you can just kind of go with each season.
and then like this month, we're having a meeting, that would not be kind of a normal meeting, but we wanted to get together with Dean and the high school principal together, so to cover some stuff we covered at the last meeting, but that may not happen often, so.
Oh, so we tackled that. Hard job.
I just ask as an aside to that, do you guys ever have anyone from the Booster Club, or do you involve in any of that? Does anybody ask to be on, or should we ask?
No, but what we can do is if you have a contact and you want us to like CC them when we post it, because they're open meetings.
Yeah, I mean,
It might just
might-
be hard because we do it on like a Friday morning, so people have jobs.
Ah,
That,
yes.
I think was the challenging part, maybe.
Melissa Maltesi has attended, who's,
But I'm just wondering, because I know that at this point, the leadership of the Booster Club, well, the membership of the Booster Club has shrunk yet again.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things going on that, I don't know, I mean, perhaps I should save this for liaison reports or whatever, but, it's getting tight in the Booster Club.
What if you ask them if they'd be interested in somebody joining
Well, I was just,
rather than the reverse?
It's a public meeting, correct? Like, so
Yeah,
everybody-
it's open.
Anybody could attend.
right, but I'm just wondering if, because the Booster Club tries to do things for our athletic
I'll
kids.
reach out to Fawn,
That-
see if she wants to maybe come. Yeah, she does Booster, right?
Yes, she's the president of.
Yeah, I'll reach out to her.
Is it tight, like
You're gonna-
money wise, like the amount of money they're raising tight?
I know
Or is
it
it just
percent-
that
It's,
people start to say
it's help, it's parent participation type. There's like nobody to do the things, because Craig and Anita have stepped back.
So if it's a Board of Ed subcommittee, would this person be invited as a guest or to become a member? Could they be a member?
Yeah.
be like
Liaison kind of thing?
If they just want to come to a meeting and talk to us and
Yeah.
share something and then see how it goes like that. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, we've had, like I said, we've had Melissa Maltesi come on a few occasions as kind of like either a thought partner or.
But just thinking, because the Booster Club does a lot of fundraising at our basketball games and different things, and we're. Just thoughts.
Okay, so, I asked that we concentrate on those, but.
1 minute.
Uh-huh,
Denise. I just want to make sure. Courtney, you said you'd reach out to Fawn?
I will, yes.
Okay, all right, great.
If anybody, so the liaisons really are a link between the Board of Ed and the whichever board it is. You don't have to be at the meetings. You can be at the meetings. It's better if you can be. But you can watch the videos, you can read the minutes. And if there's something important that they're discussing that has something to do with the board, with our board, it's good for us to have a presence there. So has anybody thought about any of those being a liaison to those? I'll do capital. Kareem.
Selectmen or capital improvement. Oh, no, there's not a vacancy there. Any of those. I don't care, whichever one you need.
Capital improvements, I'm on
Yeah.
capital improvements anyway, so you can be the liaison. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Any of them. Whichever one you think. Thanks.
I'll continue to take one of the spots for the Board of Selectmen. Okay.
I would continue to be on the correct council, if that's okay.
Okay. So we've got, this is for Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
Courtney, Board of Selectmen. Corrine is Capital Improvements.
Okay.
And Betsy on CREC. Noreen?
I'll do Board of Finance because it's fine. I go anyways usually.
So that just leaves. What is the
Yeah, I
wellness
was gonna
committee?
say,
We
do
don't,
even do
I
that?
think,
Is
I
that
think
something-
wellness is something that is no longer even.
No, our food service report.
Okay, we're gonna have a list.
Yeah, so
It's gonna be a funny conversation.
So the wellness committee by law in Connecticut is supposed to meet 4 times a year. And so
To discuss like food service and such.
well, it's all numbers of things. So it's not just about like healthy snacks, but it's about activities or even like the use of incentives or various things that we're learning about.
So do they send you kind of stuff, Patrick, that you have to?
Oh, yeah, so they look, so part of the review is they look at our policies and say, you need, and so they
Yeah.
redline our policies.
Yes, yes.
So it's like kind of like having Shipman and Goodwin policies redlined again. And so we just sent them today saying, before we bring it to the board, is this meeting the criteria that you're stating that it needs to have as part of being like in compliance with USDA? And once they give the okay, we're going to bring the policies to the board, but we don't want to take their feedback, believe we've implemented, say, adopt these policies and then submit them as part of the food service audit. And then they say we're still missing something. So we're trying to get the blessing on the head, on the front end and then bring them to you. But within the policy, it is
Yeah, to do
clear
this.
that you have to meet 4 times a year. I don't think those meetings are going to be a heavy lift, but I do think they are going to be morning meetings, because you need a high number of staff. And the only way you're going to get them is like on work. So we may take like maybe a PD day, where the kids are out and we're going to take an hour and we're going to meet quarterly. And the meetings are definitely going to be scheduled quarterly. In all honesty, I think we will physically get there 3 times a year. But we will also have a virtual option because I think there's the only way to have the number of people that are required to be at these meetings. You have to have a virtual option too.
So this is like nutrition and physical wellness,
Yes,
not like mental health wellness.
correct.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought it was like the feedback from the audit was that like cafeteria staff members
what I thought.
like had their mental health.
No, but like within the wellness policy, like it does, like there are heavy restrictions as far as like how you utilize food for incentives in school. They do have to meet some level of like nutrition. Like you can't just serve like say like, hey, you got an A on your test, everyone gets ice cream.
No, like pizza party kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Fun and.
No, well, if this is no fun, I would be willing to do this because it's during the day.
So you'll.
You know, the people that work here for the state for food service, I mean, they're tough. So, I mean, the people on the committee could be fine, but
No, I know, right, yes.
Get that, Betsy said.
Betsy's in.
Yes.
and actually actually in the policy, it actually only requires 1 member. It just needs a rep. It's not treated like a normal subcommittee.
There will be cupcakes for everyone. I don't even, see, that's all you have to do is offer cupcakes.
I don't think that meets the criteria. Nutritional value, they have to be brand cupcakes.
Yeah, it is for students. The policy is.
So the FRC committee, we don't have, I mean, we have some time to put that together, right?
I actually don't think you need it anymore because, so that was on before you, so your regular subcommittees will adopt that, so you don't need to identify.
Because they'll be going to the
Correct.
finance
Yep, they'll be
committee.
embedded, yeah,
So there won't need to be
like
a
a
separate
liaison.
committee.
correct. So we could actually,
Put a big black line.
So that just leaves pension. You want to keep on going?
It's really fun.
Oh,
That's better than come
Yeah, it's a gas, really.
I like pension and I would get to see my husband for an hour. On pension.
It's not something to be
Just get out. He's a police commissioner now, so, he's on pension, so I would get to see him.
Denise it is. Just
Denise likes it.
Do you want it? And do you not care? If you don't care,
It's one more night that I don't have to worry about.
he would be.
You guys can go on a date with a pen. You go, girl.
They'll be shocked, like.
Yeah, get rid of me.
Yeah, it's all yours. Okay, so it'll be.
Yeah. Honestly, it's really interesting and I like the Bobs. They're really cool from Webster Bank.
Yeah,
They're really nice guys.
yeah. So I'll do pension.
Okay.
So do you have any questions, Jess?
Nope.
You got them all?
Tell Ed I said hi.
Jessica might be assigned.
No, you didn't put me on a committee, so that's all I care about.
Tell Ed I said hi. Ed
Okay.
Bowser.
Oh, and Bell's up, I will. Don't be surprised to have me back.
Oh, not her again.
And
Wow.
so that you didn't hear what Patrick just said to me. He said, I heard you give retirement a bad name. Okay, so we are on to new business. And can you believe I thought that clock was broken? It's only 8:20. Only.
That's good. We're on a roll.
Dude.
Keep rolling. Keep rolling.
It's far.
The average length of a board meeting is 3 hours, you guys.
Yes, that's
I
ridiculous.
Googled it.
Our
board meetings? Average board meeting, Board of Ed meetings
3 hours.
Oh,
is 3 hours.
they have not. No, that's no, we're not.
No, no, no.
You can't like go and go past 9:30. So you.
And I am the only person that ever votes no, but
Votes no every
I'm
day.
now, so we're gonna tag team it.
Let's jump this.
Okay, so let's move on.
Oh,
Let's move on. So we are all set with the subcommittees. We are on to the revised school calendar, Patrick.
yes, so, there's actually only the important dates are provided. Reason being is, I put this in the email correspondence as well. We're not looking to change any of the dates, that have already been approved by the calendar. The high school wants to move their open house. This is based on administrator and teacher feedback. Because it goes with, they have athletic events that, are those that, that day, and it will encourage, they feel greater, parent participation by piggybacking off events on that day. At the time, when, which is the typical time school boards do approve next year's calendars, those fall dates, were not available. Now those fall dates are out. This would be a better date that works and would, encourage, higher participation rates. So essentially the vote would be to accept, but what you're really accepting is just a change, to the high school open house.
Make a motion to accept the revised school calendar 2026-2027.
Second. Motion was made by Fran, seconded by Courtney.
Yeah.
Any discussions, questions? All those in favor? I've opposed. Let me just revisit quickly the subcommittee item. Liaisons, you will be, Jessica, you notify the different boards, right? Yes.
What do I need to notify them?
Like the Board of Selectmen, that they have a new liaison.
Oh, yes.
And then you will start getting your agendas
Yes.
and minutes. Do they get minutes too? You all full.
I don't just get their agenda. At least for the Board of Selectmen, I don't get like their packet.
But if you ask, if you want their packet, they will email it to you. Sure. So Jessica will notify them and then you'll start getting some information about them. If you want more, call this office for whichever board it is and they'll accommodate, I'm sure. Okay, so liaison and subcommittee reports. Are there any?
We had a pretty brief curriculum council meeting, but we got a presentation. Then I apologize, I can't remember the last names, but Kim from Robert Elementary and Kathy from the middle school to talk about the ELA literacy program and Sabbath and just different professional development initiatives, programming, resources that they have and how they're seeing a lot of successes with like, for example, giving the 3 and 4 students are getting their grade level reading materials kind of regardless of what tier they're on initially, so that they're introduced to it, they can see it and try it independently. And then there's time for also intervention, but it's giving the feedback that we got, it's giving the kids like a boost of confidence that they're seeing the material that they should be reading and that they're accomplishing those goals. And then I think we've seen the results just in the better scores. So it's nice to get a brief update on how that's going.
Very good.
That sounded pretty
You
good.
did a great job. Thanks, great job. I think the thing for me too is really thinking about how, now the curriculum, the overlap with elementary and then middle school and what's happening. So they're seeing foundationally what they're doing in the elementary school is really, I was really impressed when they talked about, fluency.
Yeah.
And the increase in fluency in elementary starting, when they go up to the middle school. So do congratulate these folks. Did a great job.
Yeah. Good news.
Anyone else? Well, once again, the public is all comments. I guess we have no public participation. Is there any miscellaneous?
I have one quick one. There most likely will be a need for executive session or next board meeting, regarding, contract negotiations for one of our unions.
Okay. I didn't want to go back to the subcommittee thing, so I'm going to do it under miscellaneous. As the subcommittees meet, I know that it says in our bylaws, the chair of the board picks the chairman of the subcommittees, and I feel much better having the subcommittee pick whoever they would want as a chair. So I'm delegating that to you all rather than me doing it. So,
I nominate Fran as the finance.
oh, you're nice and brave, but you're all over here.
I'm kidding you, Fran. I'm kidding you. I wanted to see if she was gonna throw her pen at me.
No, I like this pen. Okay, we're on to enrollment report.
What's happening?
I mean, from what I could tell, it was, preschool was the one that stood out. I did inquire. And there was, essentially four students moved, relocated and, one student, unsure of, primary reason for withdrawal.
So the elementary school got hammered last month.
I think it was, 5 preschool kids, so.
Yeah, but
So,
all agreed. They're not allowed to leave.
And the curriculum council's review of the ed site. This is just for our.
right, yeah, so this has already gone through curriculum council, so it was one of the recommendations that, those presentations then be, sent to the entire board under correspondence.
If the board feels that they would want more information on that, whether it be from the curriculum council or
Daryl's usually in it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of the rare
He's always.
yeah, and he's just out sick, but certainly he can always be available to answer questions as well.
So just for FYI for board members, this site is a state repository for a lot of data information around businesses around the state. And it's available to any of us to take a look at and see. I think it's really helpful to look at sometimes just to see where we are, where we stand. And if you go into it, you're gonna see that we've made great progress. So,
And you can compare us to other towns. You can drill down in things to find different levels of information. It is pretty interesting.
it's informative, really is.
My goal was 8:30. I can't believe we can ask for motion to adjourn.
Motion to
I sent you a text message.
I'm sorry.
No, I looked at the calendar. The time for the middle school early dismissal is 10 minutes early. It should be 12:45.
Oh, make a motion to revise that calendar.
I'm sure parents would not be happy to miss 10 minutes of,
Yeah, absolutely.
wouldn't be either as a parent. And we want the kids for those 10 minutes, so. I just sent it, sorry.
Okay, so,
Well, I'm gonna make a motion to, can I go back and revise my
Thank
motion?
you.
yeah, yeah, why don't you just revise your motion?
The
But
motion to accept the revised 2026-2027 school calendar.
to,
What time should it be? 12:45.
It should be, for early shortened days, it's 12:45. No,
to shorten to middle school's dismissal,
shortened days.
shortened days would be 12:45. Motion. So you made the motion.
She seconded.
Courtney, you had seconded it. Had she seconded it originally? Okay. All those in favor of the amended motion?
Now can I make a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn. All right, see?
Motion's made by Carrie, seconded by Casey. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed.
Night, Noreen.